Civics education in schools is literally looking at our founding documents, looking at our government, looking at our history, and making sure that students understand what that means and how it connects to them.
Civics is citizenship.
It's important to know how our government works so we could choose the right leader.
Civics education is the study of the rights and responsibilities of citizenship.
Our government's controlled by the people, and if nobody's learning about it, then who's it controlled by?
If you learn about this in elementary school, then you'll have it for the rest of your life and you'll be able to use it.
Okay, so I gave everybody a pocket constitution. You're gonna wanna look for Article 1. Right now, we are in the middle of studying federalism. So let's look at this first one. Number 1 says, in an effort to support local cherry growers, the state of Michigan puts a tax on cherries imported from other states. So if we look at Section 8 and look at the third clause down that starts with to regulate commerce with foreign nations and among the several states. So can the state of Michigan do that?
No.
No. So what you would write in this first box is unconstitutional. We want to have active participants in our democracy that are educated about how government works, that understand where to find answers to questions that they have about democracy, so they need to understand media literacy as well.
Good, so it was about the 8th Amendment.
I teach U.S. government.
Somebody tell me which they think is the most important amendment to their own lives.
We shape the course in sort of understanding the foundation and how the Constitution was written and how that plays out in our 3 branches of government, how that plays out in our political parties, how that plays out in our election systems, and start to weave in the story of the United States as well as how people have pushed our democracy to be better every step of the way.
Last class, you worked on researching court cases. Anybody remember what their court case was connected to when we think about these amendments? Jackie.
The Second Amendment about the right to bear arms.
Good, right to bear arms.
It's important for students to practice civics because it's not something that students are just simply born with. You have to practice, you have to build that muscle. We are gonna have an election here at Holabird, but you have to understand what that is and what we're gonna be doing. Think of it as like a mini government. The civics part of it is them running for office, learning what that is, what they're going to be doing, their expectations to make sure that it is a democracy and that they are listening to the people.
I'm really excited to be helping out and making the school a better place.
We have to vote to represent our opinions on things. And democracy means government led by people.
Good morning. Good morning, yes. Good morning.
It's important for kids to learn how this country works because they're going to be our future leaders. And they really need to have an understanding of how laws are made, how the people of our country are represented. Sometimes they'll come in if something's going on. I'm like, okay, well, let's problem solve. That's civics to me, We can complain all we want. But what are some solutions to the problem?
What's the government structure?
There's 3 branches of government.
Okay, yeah, very good. Tell me what the judicial branch does.
The judicial branch is the one that if someone breaks the law, then they pass judgment, hence the name judicial.
We all have different ideas, experiences, and backgrounds, and that's what makes us such an amazing class, and that's how we learn from each other. We can agree, we can disagree, but we have those conversations.
Thank you.
What gives me hope for our country are our students because they have so many amazing ideas and abilities and strengths.
It's important to know how the government works because you're just going to be voting when you're older and you need to know what it's about and what you're doing. I want to be a Navy SEAL or an Army ground infantryman, and I think civics is very important so I can know what I'm protecting and I can know what I'm a part of.